Hi everyone! Welcome to Artsonia's After School Art Club. Today we have a fun art project from Mrs. Kostal, an art teacher from Illinois. Hope you enjoy the video and don't forget to have your artwork uploaded to your Artsonia gallery.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Kostal. I'm the art teacher at Holy Trinity School in Westmont and Elm School in Burr Ridge, Illinois, and I also run the blog No Corner Sons. Today we are going to learn how to draw and color pumpkins. Anytime is a great time for pumpkins. We're also going to learn how to mix some analogous colors. Let's go!
For this project, you will need a pencil and eraser, a scratch paper, a dark piece of paper, a paper towel, glue, white liquid glue, and chalk pastels, mostly red, orange, and yellow. First, let's talk about analogous colors. Analogous colors are color families, or colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. Usually, these are colors that are part of the same secondary and tertiary groups. For instance, I know that red and yellow make orange. Members of their family would also be red-orange and yellow-orange. These colors will all mix and blend well together. Yellow-orange, yellow, and yellow-green are also colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. So technically, they are also analogous colors, but not necessarily members of the same family. If I try to mix yellow-orange and yellow-green, I will get something kind of yucko-pucko. Artists use analogous colors all the time to show depth and make things look three-dimensional. That is what we are going to do with our pumpkins. On our scratch paper, we are going to learn how to draw a segmented pumpkin. You can use your pencil and eraser. I am going to use a marker so you can see it nice and clear on the video. If I go too fast, just pause the video. You can draw as small or as big as you would like. Start with a nice, tall oval. On the left side, we are going to start at the top edge of the oval and add a C to the side. It is going to go all the way down to the bottom edge of the oval. Be careful not to go under the oval, just next to it. Do the exact same thing on the right side. Then repeat those C's and backward C's again. Start on the left and add another on the right. Again, be sure that you are starting at the edge and not the top or underneath. Make a little square or rectangle for a stem. Ta-da! A fancy little pumpkin. This time, I'm going to make my pumpkin tall and skinny. I started with a tall and skinny oval, added tall and skinny C's and backward C's, then a little stem. If you make your C's too low, you get a pumpkin like this. If you make your C's too high, you get a pumpkin like this. Try to imagine some horizontal lines on the top and bottom of your starting oval. If you start with a wonky shape instead of an oval, you can get a pumpkin like this. Practice making a bunch of different types of pumpkins on your scratch paper. Now we are going to draw one large pumpkin on our dark paper. Write your name on the back in pencil. I am going to use chalk to draw mine so you can see it, but you should use your pencil for this step too. Nice and big. Draw your pumpkin on the black paper. Try not to let it touch the top, touch the bottom, or the sides of the paper. It just makes the composition a little better. I am also going to add a line behind my pumpkin. This can show the edge of the table or a horizon line if my pumpkin is outside. Again, it just makes the composition a little better. We are going to trace this pumpkin with glue. Yeah, this might seem weird because the whole purpose of glue is literally to adhere things together, and that is not what we are going to be doing. Nothing is going to be stuck to anything else. I'll tell you why we are doing this in a second, but I know you are anxious to start tracing, so listen to these rules first. Hold the orange nozzle right on the paper as you trace. If you are like dangling it above the paper, hoping to hit the lines, it will make a blobby mess. Move fast. If you are like tracing that pumpkin super slow and taking 1,012 years, you will have a blobby mess. Start at the top and work your way down. No one wants school glue all over their forearm, and it will smear your artwork and make a blobby mess. Okay, start tracing, but listen now to why we are tracing. We are going to trace our pencil lines with glue to make little border walls. This is so when we mix our chalk pastel, they don't make a huge muddy mess all over the place. Muddy messes are completely different than blobby messes, but still a mess. With the glue outlines, we will be able to see our cute pumpkin well defined. The glue is going to take some time to dry. Perhaps a few hours. We are going to practice mixing analogous colors on our practice pumpkins. Our pumpkins will be lightest on top, where our light source is beaming down, and darker on bottom. When I am first learning, I am just going to practice with one segment at a time. I am starting with yellow. I cleaned it off a little on the paper towel first to make sure it didn't have any other colors mixed up on it. I am only coloring the top of the pumpkin. I am moving my chalk pastel vertical up and down to color, not side to side. I want to keep it in the direction of the pumpkin's contours. That's like a fancy way of saying its shape or form. Chalk pastel makes a lot of dust, and I do not want to make a huge dusty mess. So do not press too hard. Some paper showing through is just fine. Be careful with all that dust. Don't blow it. My darkest color in this color family is red. At the bottom of my pumpkin, I am going to color red. My midtone is orange. I am not only coloring the orange in the center, but I am also overlapping some of the yellow and some of the red. I want to make sure that when I blend, there is no awkward white space, or on your final, no awkward black space. Oh yeah, and keep the orange vertical too. All right, here comes the fun part. Now I get to blend. Start at the bottom and smear up. And wipe your finger on your paper towel. Smear up, wipe your finger. Smear up, wipe your fingers. Smear up, wipe your finger. Then with that clean finger, smear down, wipe your finger. 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 Then you can tap, tap, tap off extra dust. Let's look at this part again real quick. To blend my analogous colors the first time, I am making nice upward motions and always cleaning off my finger. Then, once that part is blended, I repeat the blending process with a downward motion. Again, always making sure my finger is clean. If you go side to side, circles, crazy town, it will make orange like a pumpkin, but it will not show depth. Now repeat exactly the same thing I just showed you for every single one of those pumpkin segments. Practice as much as you can. Seriously, you have a bunch of time to kill until that glue is dry anyway. It's finally time for the big show. Your glue is dry on your black paper, right? Color your pumpkin with analogous colors. Since my pastels are all broken and small anyway, I'm using the body or edge of my pastel to color the large areas fast. Blend, smear, wipe, and tap until that pumpkin looks beautiful. I used brown on my stem. I decided to color my table blue and the wall behind my table green. Ta-da! Here are a few variations I made with different colors and even a cast shadow.
So, how'd you do? I bet you did great. I can't wait to see your work. Bye!